And good afternoon, race fans. Welcome to Bristol Motor Speedways. We're getting ready for our 6th race of the season for the PCSRA Camping World Truck Series. After this race, only 7 more races left to go for these drivers until the chase for the championship, which is the regular season checker flag coming up at Las Vegas. So these drivers know this is that time is starting to run out here in this series to try to make the 12 driver chase for the championship when we get there. So these drivers know they got to start winning races to get into the playoffs and make sure they stay in the top 30 in points for their wins to count towards a spot in the playoffs. Prudence Martindale is on the pole position. She is 11th in points coming in this race. Alongside of her is Chris Maley, comes in this race 3rd in the point standings, as I should show you the starting grid. Over here, the right side of your screen. That's not the starting grid, as that was awkward. Anyway, Austin Shaw in the 42. Austin has had a tough start to the year, 37th in points, but he did get a top 5 last week. And alongside is Michael Brown in the 12. Brown comes into this race, if I can find Michael Brown, he's all the way down to 40th in the points. He's dead last of the drivers who's made every race so far today. You basically already saw the starting lineup to the right side of your screen. Let's go over the top 10 in the points presented by Golden Corral as you look at your points right over here. I'll mention about a driver in just a second. Brian James is your points leader. He's leading by 77 points over Arena McShane. Chris Maley dropped a spot down to 3rd in the points, 78 points back. Skylar Taylor, who's starting dead last, is 4th in the standings. Jesse Art is 5th. They are a total of 84 and 100 points back, respectively. Then the rest of your top 10 is Maxie Chilton, Matthew Hubert, Quentin Moore, Kyler Anderson, and Jeff Scott. Here we go. As we're going to go green flag racing here at Bristol Motor Speedway for the University of Northwestern Ohio 200. We're green at Bristol. Chris Maley looked like he drove it in trying to get that first lap led, and he has done so. Did a good job driving it hard to get the lead from Prudence Martindale. Michael Brown's trying to follow suit in that 12, and he's done so. So Martindale, just like that, just went from the pole to now about to lose 3rd place. It's like the outside is the place you want to be. Normally it would be the inside. Chris Maley came in this race 3rd in the points. He's trying to be another driver that would like to get himself a spot into the playoffs. Right now, Zachary Fitzwater, who's been on a bit of a struggle fest the last couple of weeks, he's down to 28th in the points. Let's see where your former winners are. Skylar Taylor is the highest of our former winners. He is 4th in the points. Kyler Anderson, our winner from Ricky, is in 9th. Jeff Scott, our winner from... trying to remember where Jeff Scott... I know Fitzwater, our Homestead winner, is 28th. Ashton Lewis, former winner this season, 27th. That was our winner last week. Trying to remember what was the... Jeff Scott, our winner from Phoenix. So right now we have 5 drivers inside the top 30 in the points. Skylar Taylor, Kyler Anderson, Jeff Scott, Ashton Lewis Jr., and Zachary Fitzwater. Now, Fitzwater needs to have a good run today, because if he has another bad finish today, he will be outside the top 30 in the points, and his win would not count towards a spot in the playoffs. The 7 that get in on points would be Brian James, Arena McShane, Chris Maley, our leader, Jesse Art, Maxie Chilton, Matthew Hubert, and Quentin Moore. Now, if indeed Fitzwater falls outside the top 30 in points, Prudence Martindale, who came in this race 11th in the points, would be the last driver to get in as far as the points is concerned. So Zachary Fitzwater needs a good run today to stay in the top 30 in the point standings. Check the back of the field here. Sean Art's back here at the rear of the field. There's Ashton Lewis Jr. This is not what he needed. This is a poor showing for him. Porov Savastava back here at the rear of the field. Nathan Orman, Dylan Matthews is back here at the rear of the field. Anna Steiner's back here at the rear of the field. There's Maxie Chilton. I'm seeing a number of drivers running well in points back here at the rear of the field, like Skylar Taylor came as race 4th in points. I saw Maxie Chilton 6th in points here at the rear of the field. So number of drivers running well in points. This is not what they needed. There's Jonte Richardson. This looks like nobody has had any issues. This is not a good run for Sean Art. There's Sam Bright. This is going to be his final start of the season. It's been a struggling start for Sam Bright in this 96 team. There's Boris Urkilov. There's also been some rumors that Desiree Voiles could also get replaced by another female driver that I have in the development works. We will have to wait and see if Desiree can pick it up or not. Meanwhile, Chris Maley, currently still your race leader. Maley's a driver who's trying to get into the playoffs. Michael Brown really need a good run today because he comes in this race 40th in the points. He's had a dismal season. There's Michael Brown. Good run for Michael. This is a well-needed run for Michael Brown. Connor Breton, 25th in the points up here in 3rd. Great run for him. Martindale is 11th in points, and like I mentioned, with a number of drivers ahead of her in the points that are at the rear of the field, this could be a bit of a point shakeup heading into next week at Martinsville.
See you later.
As Chris Maley, still your race leader. Wonder when they're going to start catching the back of the field soon. 75 laps means these drivers will not have to worry about pit stops. They need to worry about trying to stay up front. There's Zachary Taylor in the 11 machine. Zachary Taylor comes in his race 17th in the points. He's having a good start to the season. Taylor's having a good run. Austin Shaw, this is a well-needed run for Austin. Austin Shaw, 37th in points. This is a well-needed run. Number of drivers who's been struggling in the point standings up here. There's Priya McShane. Let's see where Arena McShane is. She's 29th. The guy she's trying to run down for the points lead, Brian James, in 23rd. And Chris Maley is leading this race, is 3rd in the points. So it's looking like, as of now, Chris Maley, if he wins this race, he will definitely take the points lead heading into next week's race at Martinsville. Chris Maley has been really one of those drivers who's been really consistent, just trying to find victory lane in this 30 machine. Martindale in 4th, Zachary Taylor, Kyler Anderson, Austin Shaw, Priya McShane, who's about to lose 8 to Samet Ozkan, and Josh Harmon completes your top 10. Good run for Josh. Josh Harmon came into this race. Let's see where Josh Harmon came into this race. Josh came in this race 13th in the points, so this is a good run for Josh Harmon, trying to get himself into the top 10 in the points. Leaving today. I apologize for my roommates interrupting. Chris Maley has been leading since the start of the race. So Martin, we're going to go 3 wide. As they were going to go 3 wide, but didn't. And Sean Art just crossed the start-finish line. Leaders are in turn number 3. Sean Art did not need another bad finish. Sorry about my roommates interrupting. Chris Maley has never won on my channel before, so he's looking for his first career win in the truck series. Nathan Orman, I really wonder what is going on with him. He's really been free-falling the last couple of weeks. William Donuts, he's had a struggling season. Anna Steiner came in this race 14th in the points, so she's going to take a hit in the point standings. And Porov, who's been having pretty good momentum in the first 3 races, this is going to really stall his momentum. Ashton Lewis Jr., well, he's so far high up in the points. Or actually, no. This could put Ashton Lewis Jr. outside the top 30 in the points. Let's see where Zachary Fitzwater is. Fitzwater is running in the 13th position, so this is a well-needed run for Fitzwater. Fitzwater came into this race 9 points ahead of 30th in the standings. That is occupied by Priya McShane. So Fitzwater definitely needed a good run. Ashton Lewis, on the other hand, came into this race a total of 27 points ahead of 30th in the standings. Or actually, no, came in this race 19 points ahead of 30th in the standings. No, I was correct. 27 ahead of 30th. So this could mean Ashton Lewis Jr., our former winner this season, going to fall outside the top 30 in the points, and his win would not count towards a spot in the playoffs as we're at the halfway mark. 37 down, 37 to go. If Chris Maley were to win today, he would not only be locked into the playoffs, he would take the points lead heading into next week. And that would be big for Chris. Connor Breton just got around Michael Brown for the 2nd position. I wonder if Michael Brown just burned up his tires. Checking back here at the rear of the field, Cody Smart's having a dismal day. Ashton Lewis only in 35th, so this is not the run that Ashton Lewis was hoping for. Skylar Taylor, who came in this race 4th on the points, this is the driver who was running well in points, going to take a massive hit in the standings as he's trying to get underneath Nikita Kuznetsov. And Arena McShane, last time she was 2nd in points. I think that was back at a few weeks ago at Phoenix. She had a terrible race and ended up dropping to 6th before she had a good run at Texas last week. And she's running in 30th. Remember, she's trying to run down Brian James for the points lead. And where's Brian James? 23rd. Brian James, one of the most consistent drivers. This is going to be a big hit for him in the points. Kyle Langland, not the run he was hoping for. There's Jonte Richardson. Richardson's going to be 42nd in points after today. Of course, John T. Richardson is teammates with Jesse Art. Let's see where Jesse Art is, speaking of the 4. And she's running in 24th, so not a good day for Kyle Busch Motorsports, if you ask me. Back up front with Chris Maley in the 30, driving that Toyota. Of course, that 30 truck this year in the other truck series, the Coca-Cola Truck Series, that is, that truck has failed to qualify several times. And when they've qualified for a race this year, just hasn't had the pace. So Chris Maley will try to right that ship wrong. Connor Breton trying to do something to get around that Toyota. So far, nothing is working. Ooh, Chris Maley getting a little bit tight. He's getting tighter there. Connor Breton's trying to take a look. He can't get the pass made. Speaking of Connor Breton, he'll be running a different paint scheme starting next week at Martinsville, which hope you guys will join us at Martinsville. We're going to have qualifying in the afternoon, and we're going to go night racing. Qualifying will take place at 3 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, followed by the race at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. Hope you will be with us for that. As we know, we're going to have one driver make his debut, possibly two, depending if Desiree Voiles can get herself turned around. Looks like that's probably not going to happen. She's running in 29th. And we still have all 42 trucks on track and on the lead lap. Sean Arch just having a miserable day. Surprisingly, we have not had a caution in this race. Connor Breton is just trying to find a way to get around this 30 truck, but can't. The Morgan & Morgan Toyota. Nothing much I can say. Connor Breton's trying again. He's trying to get that run on the 30, just cannot seem to get it off. Get off the corner. And that's probably what happened to Michael Brown earlier in this race. When he tried to pass the 30, it burned his tires off doing that. I doubt we're going to see a caution-free race next week at Martinsville. 75 got a... Oh, no, never mind. I was getting ready to say, does Kyler Anderson have a problem? But no, he was so far low, like he has a problem. He's about to lose that spot to Austin Shaw. And see, there you go. Austin Shaw just made a pass on the outside, so move Austin to 6th, Kyler back to 7th. What's really going to be fun is we're going to go to Lime Rock Park in a couple of weeks after next week's race. And it's going to be interesting to see how these drivers will do at Lime Rock Park, because a lot of them have never raced at Lime Rock Park before, with the exception of Taylor, Jesse and Sean, Nathan Orman, who won there in the Foster Series. You know, can they play a big factor over these drivers who've never raced at Lime Rock before? We're going to have to wait and see. 10 to go for Chris Maley, who's been dominating this race. Of course, he started on the front row. He's leading this race. Once he got around Prudence Martindale in the start, he has not given up that lead since. And he's been leading from green to checker so far. And nobody has made a move on him in this race. Good run for Josh Harmon. Avek Sokolov having a good run in 11th. And Fitzwater's doing his chances of staying in the top 30 in points a whole lot of good. We're going to hit lap number 70, which means we will have a total of 6 to go. And the highest driver of Frank's drivers looks like it's going to be Tatiana Noguera again. Not too far behind her will be her good friend and teammate, Lucian Bianchi. I believe Bianchi was the highest of the Frank drivers coming into this race. But looks like that will go probably to the honors of the only female on that team. That would be Tatiana Noguera. There's Noguera. And yes, I am correct. That is Bianchi there. So Bianchi's having a good run. I don't know what's going on with Kyler Anderson, whether he's got a problem or something, because every time he goes low, I'm thinking he's got a problem. But then again, I'm just seeing things. 2 to go. Connor Breton running out of time to try to pass Chris Maley. We have a mile to go here at Bristol. We're going to take the white next time by in a caution-free race at Bristol. Never thought I would be saying that in the PCSRA. White flag. One more lap to go, presented by Credit One Bank. I don't think Connor's going to get it. No, he's not going to be able to make the move. Off turn number 4. He's going to try, but Chris Maley's going to win at Bristol. He dominated that race, and he went coast to coast, even though he started on the front row. And he will win at Bristol. And now Chris Maley, has he locked himself a spot into this season's chase for the championship. Standings are official. Chris Maley, no doubt, will take the points lead heading into next week. Connor Breton will have to settle for 2nd. Michael Brown will end up 3rd. Prudence Martindale 4th. And Zachary Taylor, top 5 run. Taylor's been on a roll these last couple of weeks. Had a good run last week at Texas. Has another good run today as he comes away with 5th. Austin Shaw, well-needed run for that driver who's been really struggling in the points. 37 to be exact. He'll come away with 6th. He's been on a roll the last few weeks. Kyler Anderson comes away with 7th, Priya McShane 8th, Samet Ozkan 9th, and Josh Harmon will complete your top 10. Abat Sokolov comes away with 11th, Mitchell Hodak 12th, Tatiana Nagara 13th, Zachary Fitzwater 14th. Well-needed run for Fitzwater to get away from 30th in the standings. Angel Gutierrez having a quiet run in 15th. Then it was Lucian Bianchi, Boris Sokolov, Jeff Scott, Quentin Moore, and Sam Bright making his final start, ended up 20th in the 96. As you look on down through the remainder of the finishing results, a lot of drivers came in running well in points, going to take some hits. Skylar Taylor, 34th, came this race 3rd in points. Ashton Lewis Jr. was trying to stay in the top 30 in points, which he got that win to go up in the top 30 in points. He will definitely fall out of the top 30 in points, which is not good. Brian James ended up 23rd. He was your points leader. Irina McShane 30th. She was 2nd in points coming into this race. And looky there, the last 2 drivers, Sean Art and poor Nathan Orman, 41st and 42nd. This was not the result. This has been a typical Nathan Orman crappy luck. Every time he runs that 24, it's either good luck or bad luck. And so far in this series, it has been absolutely bad luck. Well, I can tell you this. The points are going to be a little bit shaken up, as I'm actually going to do the points right now, because I forgot to do this before I started recording for this race. My bad. But a number of drivers came in running well in points, going to take some hits. A lot of drivers who really needed some good runs, like Austin Shaw, who's been really struggling in the point standings. This is a good run for him, and well, this is going to really wreak havoc on the points. And here are the points. As I expected, Chris Maley took the points lead. Good run for Maxie Chilton, fell down to 12th. Yeah, he was another driver that came in running well in points. Not the run he was hoping for. As you look at the rest of your point standings heading into next week's race. And Ashton Lewis has fallen outside the top 30. He's only 1 measly point back of 30th in the standings. But that's going to do it from Bristol Motor Speedway. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this, well, caution-free race. I will guarantee you Martinsville will not be a caution-free race. I'll guarantee you that. But if you enjoyed this race, either way, be sure to give this video a like, subscribe to become part of the PCSRA crew today. We've shown your full finish results. We've shown your point standings heading into next week's race at Martinsville. Until then, I've been Daniel Full signing off. Thanks for spending your day with me. Enjoy the rest of your day as you've been watching another broadcast of PCSRA TV, celebrating 13 years of existence, the best in our racing around the world since 2017. Goodbye from Bristol Motor Speedway, everybody.